Fear is the enemy.
Glad you see the music box.
Whatever it is that you're going for, man, go hard. And hold on, never give up. You gotta have that mentality, man. I put in the work, I spent a lot of time on the waiting list. Never complained, I ain't never said shit. Shoot my shot, no fear if I miss. Imagine you chasing a dream that you love, only to find out it wasn't enough. You fall on your face, but you get right back up. And you fall back again, but you get right back up, yeah. That's the way that it's always been. Don't nobody care about the grind but you. Nobody putting in the time but you. Make up your mind who you wanna be. I know who I am, know what I want. Live by 2 words, mama mentality. And that's word to my mom, word to my pops, word to my little bro. They said make your mistakes, but don't make excuses on why you can't live and learn. On a couple occasions I damn near went broke, chasing this music thing. And I ran out of hope, I threw in the towel, said fuck the hole in the street. I kept on writing and touring. I picked up a job cause I knew it was important. The money I made, I would stash it away just to fund my recordings. And I didn't wanna stop cause I didn't know how. I would lay in my room by myself late at night and I finally figured it out. I just wanna be the best version of me, make all the music that I wanna make. I don't care what nobody gon' say. You miss all of the shots you don't take. And the answer is no, if you don't ask. If it gets hard, this too shall pass. God is my witness and he got the plan. He got the plan. I put in the work, I spent a lot of time on the waiting list. Never complained, I ain't never said shit. Shoot my shot, no fear if I miss. Imagine you chasing a dream that you love, only to find out it wasn't enough. You fall on your face, but you get right back up. And you fall back again, but you get right back up, yeah. That's the way that it's always been. Don't nobody care about the grind but you. Nobody putting in the time but you. Make up your mind who you wanna be. I know who I am, know what I want. Live by 2 words, mama mentality. Yeah. Remember, man, you only in competition with yourself. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the process. Pleasure and pain. R.I.P. the greatest. 0824.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2 3 4. What's going down, y'all? It's your buddy GH. We are here. Okay, we got to make sure that you can hear me first. Welcome to another episode of Circle Talk. It's your buddy GH. I am here with my guest for today. I'm really excited. She wants to be called Jen K, so we're gonna go by Jen K today. Is that cool?
Yeah, my last name's just a little hard to pronounce, so.
No worries. We're gonna make this work. Thank you again for being here. Really excited to learn a little more about you, about Word on the Beat. If you guys have not found out about Word on the Beat, make sure you guys listen up. It's going to be a good opportunity for us to learn a little bit more about her and her podcast and everything else around GK.
Yeah.
Excited?
Super excited. I'm really glad to be here. This is great.
Yeah. But before we get into the conversation, we always want to make sure we give love to the people that are allowing us to continue to do what we do. First and foremost, I'm going to give a huge shout out to iShopta.com. My good friend Marvin Patterson has been riding with me since day one, and he will find me anywhere and tell me how to do it and when to do it. And I love him for that. So big ups to iShopta. If you guys are looking for somebody to get your pictures done and get them done right, September, so you know it's fall season, kids going back to school, so you can get head shots, senior portraits, if you guys are looking for some family portraits, all of that and more, Mr. Marvin Patterson is the guy you want to hit up, iShopta.com. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Second, I want to give a huge shout out to the DMAC Foundation. Thank you guys so much for being a big part of what we do with our teams of the months. I'm really excited to continue this trend. We have an exciting new one coming up here in the next week or so. I'll let you guys know more about that as we get closer to the end of this combo. But the DMAC Foundation has been doing some amazing work with their organization and helping the teens and the youth and young adults that are, moving over into adulthood and want to go to these parties and have some drinking. They have created a program called Project 22 where they're helping individuals that go out and have a good time get home safe. By all you have to do is dial this number that they have, and they will send somebody to pick you up and take you home safely, which is a pretty amazing thing that they're doing. It just started in Gonzaga, and they're starting to move all through all the universities all over the Northwest, and they're trying to get it all over the country. So that's pretty amazing. Shout out to them for that. Also, big ups to Steve. Happy birthday to you. He turned 45 today. So happy birthday, my God. Next, I want to give a huge shout out to, obviously, Intentions Juice and Smoothies Bar, Makita Evans. She's such an amazing asset to our community for all the things that she's doing, not just creating healthy drinks and bowls of eateries for you, but she's also a big asset to her establishment, allowing people to go in there and put on their own events and whatnot. So big ups to Marquita Evans for everything that she's doing with Intentions Juice and Smoothies Bar. Last but not least, I can't say thank you to everybody without giving a big shout out to I Am Heyday Creative Space. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So shout out to Antoine for letting us be a part of his amazing establishment and continuing to help us elevate, because I ain't got none of this stuff. But he does. So thank you. If you guys have not gotten in contact with him, Heyday Creative Space, make sure you guys hit him up. He's got some of the amazing deals going on right now. So yeah, it's a mouthful. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
I've been blessed to have good people around me, and so I'm thankful for all you guys. So, yeah. But this isn't about us. It's about you.
It can be, I guess.
So a little bit about you that we talked a little bit about it. I've been doing this for a long time and seeing a lot of different people creating their own lanes when it comes to just life, podcasting, music, sports, whatever the case may be. And I had actually seen you do a podcast with a few different people. I think I've seen you with Alicia Michelle.
Alicia Michelle was my first guest. She was amazing.
Yep. And I knew her for a little bit, and so I was like, okay, you hitting on some people I may know. And then I seen you did Caution.
Yes, Caution was my last drop. It dropped on Friday.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. And yeah, that interview, he did great. I was fumbling for words the whole time.
Yeah.
Poor guy his patience is amazing. So, but yeah, no, that was a great interview. Season 1, we're just figuring out the little details, working out the kinks. So the audio on that one wasn't that. There's something wrong with it a little bit. The audio level, there's something a little bit off there.
Right.
We noticed that afterwards. And finally figured out the video quality issue.
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward, all of our quality is going to be 1080 or 4K, something like that. So.
Well, you know what? Hey, it happens. In all of the spaces. I haven't been in a space where someone didn't say that they had some type of difficulty. Right. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started this all from home. In the first interview I didn't plug in my charger for my laptop.
Oh no.
So it shut off during the interview.
Oh no.
Yeah. But luckily, I had a co-host, and so he was still kind of talking until I plugged it back in, and then I came back in and I was okay, but nobody really knew what actually happened. Yeah, this was back in the day, guys. Trust. I plug it in every time.
Yeah,
but
we've definitely learned from some mistakes.
Yes. So let's talk about just you. Let's get into you first, because I obviously I have a blueprint of things that I like to do.
Okay.
And so let's start off with you. Where are you from? Family, upbringing. Talk a little bit about that part.
Okay, so I'm from Sacramento, born and raised. I moved out when I was 18 moved to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I was born into a great family. I have a brother and a sister. We had great parents. We grew up in the church.
Okay.
So faith has been a really big thing for me for a while. And then I fell off a little bit, and I recently come back to it. But I moved up here to help take care of my aunt who was sick at the time. And she passed away 3 years after I moved here, so about in 2013. And then from there, I kind of stayed. My whole thought was, okay, we knew going in that she was terminal. We just didn't know how long. And my idea was, okay, I'm going to stay, make sure my uncle and cousins are straight, and then I'm going to go back home. That didn't happen. I just stayed.
Yeah.
So I moved up here from Chehalis to Corella, got a better job, and I've just been here.
That's cool.
You know?
That's cool. So, yeah. I'm sorry to hear about you.
Yeah, she's like a mom to me. Like, when I wasn't close with my parents for a while, but it's fine.
So let's talk about, you've been up here since
2010.
2010. So what have you found that's so different about the life down in Sacramento, right?
Right.
Versus here in
Well,
Washington. You live in Chehalis. Wow.
Yeah. After my Chehalis area. Yeah. So I was still a teenager.
Yeah.
I was fresh out of school, fresh off my first job, so I didn't really experience a whole lot in Sacramento as an adult. It wasn't until I got here that I started being an adult. So.
Right, absolutely. So what's one of the things that when you think about just talking to people, because obviously you've done that before you got into your actual podcast. What is one of the things that you enjoy about having conversations like this while people are watching you on the spot?
I love getting to know people.
Yeah.
I absolutely love hearing their story, hearing where they came from, and what motivates them to do what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It all tends to make sense once you know their background of where they came from to what they're doing now, in a sense. So, for instance, like Alicia Michelle has always been such a social person, always wanting to throw parties for people. Absolutely. And that turned into her event planning, and that's amazing.
Shout out to Alicia
Michelle too.
Alicia. And leave her out. And shout out to Caution too. Good people in our community. So let's talk about Word on the Beat. Where did this all come to fruition, and what was your thought process on how you was going to go from obviously writing up a concept to putting it into action?
Well, Word on the Beat started as just a music blog.
Oh, okay.
In 2019, I had been writing for Frankie Hessel and Digital Dope Boys when he had the magazine.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have it anymore, and I ended up going off on my own after about a year of writing for him and creating Word on the Beat.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't want to stop what I was doing. I met some great people, artists, and producers and DJs. So I started that, and then it lasted about a year and a half, and I got sick. So I was like, okay, I gotta calm down. Mm-hmm. It's not really paying anything; it's more of a passion.
Yeah.
So then I was still creating EPKs and bios for different artists, and one of them was L Rock with LX3 Empire, and he was like, "Hey, I need a bio and an EPK." I was like, "Okay, cool." And then as we're working on this together, he's like, "I need you on my team."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "I don't know what I'll do, but cool, let's do it." So now I'm on the LX3 team working for L Rock, and he was like, "We need to do a podcast."
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't even thinking about bringing Word on the Beat back at this point. I was focused on my health and L Rock and the studio out there. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. he kind of got it in my head. Frankie Hessel said the same thing. You should do a podcast. Everyone's doing podcasts.
Right.
And so I was like, okay. So it was about a year-long planning of this. I was looking up different things for my set, which I love.
Which is a great concept. By the way, if you guys have not seen her set, bar none, the best one around.
Because my logo is like a bright orange and yellow, and I wanted to stay with that concept for my set. So the couches are bright orange covers, and the white bookcase backdrop is just so neat because I love to read, and I'm a writer. So yeah, and it all just has come together really well.
Yes.
We started it, I think, back in March of this year.
Mhm.
And because it's just a lot, it's a lot to set up. I actually pre-record at least 2 shows a day, or not a day, sorry, 2 shows every time.
Okay.
Generally on the weekends, but yeah.
That's a good idea, though.
Yeah.
You know, my good friend Marvin Patterson, I don't know if he's watching right now, he's been telling me to do the pre-record thing for the longest time, but I'm just stubborn, and and this just seems to work best for me. I like just, going off topic, just seeing where it goes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not the best at it, so I was like, I think pre-recording would be great, and then I can promo for like a week before I want to drop it, or a week and a half or whatever. I get to control when I drop whatever I want to drop.
That's awesome.
And I get to also see the issues that I need to work on.
Absolutely.
So that's been really nice.
So what is, because I know for my podcast, Circle Talk, one of the things is there's always got to be some type of mission statement. Do you have one of those for Word on the Beat? And what generally are you looking for your podcast?
Yeah, so I didn't want to really keep focusing on the artists when it came to my show.
Right.
But I still do have the blog for that.
Okay.
I brought that back when I brought back the website and like the whole show. I was like, I might as well do it all. So
Yeah.
the talk show is really for people doing great things in their communities, for themselves.
Mhm.
So people like caution. And I'm going to have Goody Cuts Barbershop on, and I think next month, where she started out as an artist and is now an artist and barber. Like I know she's a barber, but now she's got her own shop.
That's right.
And and things like that, where I can see people who have started from nothing, like we have with our shows, and just elevated
themselves to a place.
Elevation. So yeah, that's basically the point of the show. I'll throw in some artists now and then, to keep the music alive. But other than that, I just really want to focus on great people.
Absolutely. In the same way, it's always got to be enough people. And, I've seen a lot of amazing people even in our small community. But for me, are you just focusing on people here, or are you looking at people outside of Washington?
So
what's your thoughts?
Right now, it is people here, because there is such a small community, but so many people doing great things.
Yeah.
I really want to focus on that and get that out there. I am planning on doing some remotes, some like Zoom. I know we can do that in our studio.
Yeah.
So eventually I'll have people call in and do it that way.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I've enjoyed, just trying to reach the masses, because there's so many people in the world that are just amazing that we can't reach on like this in the face-to-face level.
Right.
So I like that aspect of what I do. You'll get there, trust me.
Yeah.
You're gonna get there for sure.
Yep, we're still starting out.
Absolutely. So who's one of the people that you've interviewed that you're just like, I am so glad I had this opportunity to interview this person?
Ooh, okay. I think that would be Pinless Trees.
Female, right?
Yes, she's
Okay.
a female Black-owned small business with edibles,
Oh,
and she helps treat people with like chronic pain.
oh, nice.
She's got aside from her edibles, she has this painless balm.
Yeah.
And I used it on my arm today. It's feeling so much better. It's just infused, and I don't have to take being. This is not something a lot of people know about me, but I used to be addicted to painkillers.
Okay.
I had an accident where basically got ran over by a truck, and they gave me Percocet. And so I got hooked on Percocet for a while. So I stayed away from all painkillers.
Yeah.
But I'm in constant pain. So her this painless balm that she has is just amazing.
Mm.
It makes me not need or want any type of painkillers.
Right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
she was great. It was her first time interviewing at all.
Yeah.
But we have developed such a good, this is where the words get confusing
You're fine.
for me.
No worries.
We developed such a close kind of friendship that, she's comfortable enough to talk with me. So.
Absolutely. That's awesome. By the way, guys, as you guys are watching, thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys have any questions for Jen, go ahead and drop them in the chat, and we'll go ahead and pop those in so you guys can see them as they come through. Thank you guys for being here. So, where was I going? There was something I wanted to ask next. Oh, because talk about, you got a new season coming, right? Season 2 is going to be starting up here real soon.
Yeah, so I have two more episodes to drop for season 1.
Okay.
So episode 9 is going to be a man who has like a living clean business.
Mhm.
So for addicts and stuff, and helps them.
Yeah.
And then episode 10 is just going to be me kind of recapping season 1. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just easier for me that way. I guess, I don't know. That's what we came up with.
Yeah.
But season 2, I have decided to incorporate music, the artists, into
Okay.
season 2. So it's really going to focus on artists who have businesses or nonprofits of their own.
Awesome.
So like Mac Drees has his nonprofit,
Yeah.
Kings. He'll be a guest. I got Doc Loves the Kids, Doc Blackwell.
Okay.
In Bremerton, he'll be a guest. I just have a long list
Yeah.
for season 2, and I'm really, really excited for it.
Well, cool. I'm excited to check it out. I wanna actually dig in and re-watch some of the old ones too. Just because I've seen you with some people that I know, so I want to see some of your new and upcoming artists as well. So let's talk about just your faith.
Okay.
How important is your faith to you?
So that's kind of a hard question, only because I just recently came back.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in the church.
Absolutely.
2 Bible camps every single summer, church Sunday morning and night. My dad had a Wednesday night Bible study group that he would host at the house. He was our youth leader. My mom's a preacher's kid. I mean, it was intense.
Yeah.
And when my accident happened, I had an accident where I lost my memory at 17, and when that happened, that all kind of just went away. Not so much that I didn't believe in God, I just didn't understand, and I had to relearn things.
Yeah.
So I fell away for a while. Kind of sort of got back into it. Started going to a church in Covington with my roommate. The church didn't want us to get more involved because we were male and female living together, just friends.
Gotcha.
But they saw it as a sin, so fell away again after that for a few years.
Yeah.
And then my dad passed in 2022, and that's kind of when my eyes opened. And I felt the need and the want, not necessarily the need, but the want for myself to go back to church. And I found a church in Sumner I really like, and I've been going off and on because I have health issues. So off and on since about I think April.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great to be back.
Good for you. You know, there's always going to be ups and downs.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't think I've ever had a conversation or talked to somebody that hasn't had their moments to step away, come back, you know, stumbles, it continues, you know, as long as you're alive, it's going to continue. You just have to, you know, just know he's always there, you know, and yeah, just believe, you know. Shout out to my mom's. She's probably watching. My mom's and my son are probably watching right now. Yeah, my mom, she was on me too.
Yeah.
I went to church school. Then I went to church all the time. My mom sang in the choir. I sang in the children's church. Yeah, me and my brother. So I get it. You know, it's been a journey, but you know, I know why I'm here. Know I've been given this platform, and so I just an opportunity to give back and lift up others. And that's one of the things you have to remind yourself.
Yeah, well, I really had to learn that it's my faith, not someone else's, and that's what was dictating, you know, my feelings toward church when I would fall away because of people dictating. So
Absolutely.
That's what I had to learn. It's me. It's not anyone else's.
Facts. Absolutely. I love that. So I found something, and I wanted to read it.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Okay.
I know that you had mentioned something about your pops. Is it okay if I read something?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm going to read this real quick if you guys are listening. It was something about touch the footprint to see who always walks beside you. And then the comment was, think of your dad's love as the sturdy pine in a winter forest, green, evergreen, and ever present. His protection is like the trees' unyielding branches offering shelter against the winter chill. Even when he's not by your side, his care is the guiding tracks and the fresh snow leading you home. Say Jen. So you could say something to your dad right now. What would you say to him?
Oh. I think that I would say I'm sorry. I would apologize for not being there when you needed me. But I would also say thank you for the way you raised me. It made me cry online. Oh my word.
Take your time.
You know, thank you for the way he raised me because he raised me to be independent and to, you know, I can fix things myself. I can work on my own car. I can do a bunch of different things that he taught me, so that I don't have to rely on anybody if I don't have to. So yeah, and then I would apologize and I'd say thank you.
Awesome. That was good. You did it.
I did it.
I told her it'll be a surprise, and obviously, to me, I think, you know, obviously, we love doing what we do and sharing, you know, our lives with others. But every once in a while, you have to, you know, be there to help and support, and just say, you know what, I feel your pain. I'm here if you need to talk. You know, if you want to go and have a prayer session, you got a friend to meet. This is our first time meeting, trust. It's our first time meeting. But, you know, like, I appreciate, you know, you sharing your story with us. You know, obviously, I'm really excited for your season 2. I'm definitely going to be I want to be a part of it.
Yes.
You know, hopefully, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed.
Yes, you will definitely be a guest. We have to figure out our schedules. But.
Yeah, we both are extremely busy individuals with lives and kids and bills and, you know, more work and, you know, more podcasting and everything else.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something. What is I always ask all my guests the same thing. This one of the questions, the last questions that I like to ask is, what is something that you want everyone to remember about you when this life is over? What do you want people to say about Jen K? All is said and done.
I think I would like people to just say that I was there, and that I was there for anybody when they needed me, because that's what I tried to do. Because it was help.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You nervous? You can't be nervous.
No, I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, so do you have any questions for me?
Let's see. I don't know. I guess just how do you think your show has been going for the last few years?
That's a great question. I think for me, the show has been it's been fun. And for me, I think as long as I have a positive outlook on things, I can't go wrong. I'm not making thousands of dollars off of it. I'm not, at the top of the list with all the best out there. But I love what I do, and I love getting to know people and engaging and learning, and seeing all these amazing people out here, and connecting. And this wouldn't have been possible without connection.
Right.
You know what I mean? I came here for my first interview. I did a teen of the month right here in a creative space, and I paid them just like everybody else.
Right.
And one thing led to another, and all of a sudden this is my new home. So shout out to Antoine, shout out to Steve, shout out to Marvin. All of these people have found a connection to where I don't have to do this from home anymore.
Right.
And so it's been a beautiful thing, and it just shows that it may not always feel like it's a win,
That's true.
but if people are watching and people is talking about it, then we're winning. You know what I mean? So I love it. Some days I'd be mad, but like some days I'm just like, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it one bit. So I love what I do.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Some days you'd be like, shoot, I gotta do this interview with this guy.
Right.
Do I have any questions? Do I know what are we gonna what? And then all of a sudden afterwards you're like, oh, that felt so amazing, right?
Right. For me, it's I have to set this interview. I have to set this thing up. Okay, cool. Because it takes like an hour to set up
Yeah.
everything, but no, it is rewarding at the end. Just connecting with some great people,
Yeah.
finding out who else I can connect with.
Right.
Is also great. I know Richard Miller gave me a bunch of names that I can connect with, that I will be. And shout out to him. He's running for state rep in the area, so he was a fun interview.
Was it?
He was. That was the first time I had actually met him in person, just
Yeah.
like us.
Yeah.
It worked out. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
So, but yeah, I get what you mean about that.
Absolutely. So is there anything that the people can look forward to coming from you, Madam?
We're just going to be elevating. I'm really hoping to also make it mobile, so to start out at some of Alicia's events. Interview people on the fly, type of thing. All of that will happen when my health is a little better, so probably next year. But yeah, and I'm just looking to continuously grow as much as I can. Obviously, I don't have a big following, at all.
Right. You gotta start small.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So if people could subscribe to the YouTube, that'd be great.
Is it wordonthebeat.net?
The website's wordonthebeat.net. And it's at wordonthebeat1, just the number one on everything.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's
Awesome.
really pretty easy to find Word on the Beat if you in YouTube if you just type it in Word on the Beat talk show, it all comes up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I think we're good.
Are we good?
I think we may have made it through it.
Well,
No bumps and bruises or anything?
no, I think we're good.
Awesome.
And those Saints, they annihilated the Cowboys yesterday.
That's a good one.
So
All my family's from Louisiana.
I think we talked about that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a Saints fan. Sorry, guys. Y'all see what it is around here. But my brother's all out. All Saints all out. So shout out to the Saints. Shout out to Seahawks. Shout out to all those people out there. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and conclude our interview for the day. Thank you again so much.
Yeah, thank you for
This
having
was
me.
easy. It wasn't too hard. We did it.
We did do it. It was
Yeah.
great.
Next week, the boys gonna be pretty busy this weekend. I have a wedding that I'm gonna be a part of, and then on Saturday, and then Sunday is my son's birthday party, and then Monday we're gonna have our Teen of the Month, which I'm really excited about. Our Teen of the Month is a young man that's been doing music for a very long time. And I happen to be best friends with his dad. His name is C Studder. We're going to have C Studder in the building next week. So you guys tap in, tune in, watch out for that one coming to you next week. We are done for the day. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your days, evenings, afternoons, wherever you are in the world. We'll see you next week. Take care. See, this thing is pretty cool. I got this thing right here. Press that. Bye, guys.